Okay. So guys, first of all, like welcome everyone. Myself Raghav. I am in IT industry for more than 13 years of I have the experience, and I'm working as wide variety of technologies, right from the gaming industry to the mobile industry, and then after that into the security industry. As a part of the security, I mean as a the core, I have chosen it only the reason that this for the sake of the job security as well. Okay. um, Beyond that, when it comes to, I am a crypto nerd as well. Okay, and from past 4 years, and I love the teaching. Okay, so it's my passion as well. So that's the only reason why I extract some amount of time, even though I'm a little busy with the day to day my regular office works. I'll extract some time for this, and I'll be like like training the people. So why I'm interested in this area, I'm having the experience in other fields also. I am a very good programmer when it comes to the Python and all, because I have you if you would have gone to my YouTube channel, you might have seen me teaching some Python as well. But I didn't got so much interest than what I get it in security. Why? Because now every area you take, right from the uh, you take it from a federal or government uh, offices to you take any business entities. Without security, no one is able to survive. Okay, even if you take it a simple, a small startup company. Okay, they have created some product, and once if they release that product, if there is any security bug, okay, and they have say for example they invested, say with $1 million, they invested a small smart startup, but all of a sudden they found like the product is really very good and the solution is excellent. Okay, and they're really tackling a problem, but the problem is there is a vulnerability, means a weakness in that particular application. Because of that, okay, if someone exploits that weakness, and they're gonna lose the reputation of that company. And you can say immediately that people will think about that. Okay, we use that product. Okay, then there'll be some kind of insecurity for us, like once we put some data, or even though they fix that security issues, but still people doesn't even show up any interest in those companies. That company is gone forever. Okay, so it happened with so many I think so many people might have used Equifax, where they were storing a lot of their personal data over there. Okay, so it got exploited, and now no more Equifax companies there. If you see Sony, okay, just abusing just a comment or a movie which they have done it on like some XX company, I mean XX country. So the nation bad, I mean like some rogue nations, they have actually entered into, like hacked into the Sony systems, and they completely destroyed they exposed the customer and the employees information, and also their intellectual property, kind of their own movies, okay, which they have done. They brought them out and kept it in the public space, which has to get released, some movies, and which not yet got released. So those movies also they have kept it in the public domain, and as well as you and yours and my data, means like public data as well, they have kept it outside. Okay, and also their employees information also. So this is very bad. I mean like it's not a small thing, it's something very serious. Because uh, how many of you think that your personal data is safe? How much secure? No, it is not at all secure. To be frank, security is just the instinct of everyone, that how much data you have to put in your mobile. Okay, and how secure it is, and where you are putting the data, that is also. So the company started thinking of, okay, this happens to me, then it will be a big problem for me, even though they have very good security, the policies and procedures and apparatus in the sense of tools in place. Company like Sony, they were like not able to stop an attack from rogue nation. So that happens. Okay, so if you are having some appliance or processors and policies, okay, and your management is really good at like tackling these kind of attacks as well, but still, okay, attackers are little one step way ahead than you. They'll be thinking of, like, in which way I can get into the system, and in which way I can grab like some information or money, or any, like, making your systems not usable, how I can do that. That way they'll be thinking. So there are a lot of things happening around you, but we are not aware. And one thing I would like to tell you guys is, you have chosen this path for a specific reason. Okay, someone of your friends might have told you that this might be a very good career opportunity, or someone might have told you that, like as of now there are more opportunities. Okay, or someone has might have told you that there is no programming in it. Okay, so you can easily survive in this. Okay, so whatever it is the case, but for any security engineer, knowing the latest, okay, the events that are happening around you is very important. Okay, so that you will be at least in par with the attackers. Okay, and you have to, like, like keep focusing on, like, understanding where I can get the information. Okay, so some of them are like, Paul Security Weekly is like some YouTubers who are actually sitting together, and every day they discuss some 15-20 minutes that security related events that are happening throughout the world, the major security incidents that are happened or throughout the world. If a company is coming up with some solutions, that also they discuss. Okay, or some security blogs also available. I'll be sharing those things with you guys, but after some time. But one thing I would like to tell you, whatever your requirement is, okay, my humble request is, just, even if you don't know anything, okay, you consider yourself that, okay, I'm willing to learn this technology, because, yeah, something good I'm gonna do. In the sense, if I join some company, yes, money you will get definitely 100%, but before to that, yeah, I'm in a field where I'm defending something that is from a bad actor. Okay, if you are a programmer, yeah, you are serving a purpose. Okay, that there is some, like, requirement is there, you are building it. Okay, there is some requirement, you are building it, but you are a defender. In the sense, your role is like a firefighter, your role is like a police officer. Okay, that kind of role you have. You get a lot of respect compared to other people. That's 100%. I can write it and give it to you. If someone says that you are a cybersecurity expert, the way they treat you in any, the IT world, it's totally different than any programmer or any operational sides people who are working there, right? So this thing, please keep it in mind. Okay, so for that, do you require a, like a degree with, I mean, like, a lot of, the badges, like, you should be a programmer? Yeah, no, not that. Okay, the instinct, okay, of an attacker, how he thinks, right? The same thing you should slowly adapt and try to defend your organization. That, in a stepwise, we'll be going to learn throughout this course. Okay, is it not possible that for anyone to learn it? It is possible for everyone to learn it, but the thing here is, like, how much you are going to put your or invest your, the effort in this particular, like, journey. It all depends upon you. Okay, so there are two categories here. Okay, people who are defending an organization. Okay, some of them are called as, the red team people, who are actually trying to like identify what are the bugs in our organization, means like weaknesses in our organization. Okay, if they identify something, okay, we are ready to provide some solution for it, like how we can like or save the company from those kind of weaknesses or attacks. Okay, so I can give you one real-time example as of now. See, the coronavirus is one, as of now, we are in a pandemic situation. You are more vulnerable if you go outside. There might be a chance of you getting infected with this COVID virus. Okay, so for that, what you have to do? Okay, you have done all the precautions, like you are wearing the mask as soon as when you come out. Okay, you are just washing your hands properly, and you are doing all the sanitizing your hands properly, and you're doing everything from your side. Okay, but unfortunate things happens. That means during some vulnerability, maybe you might have touched somewhere, and after you're washing it, or after before that, or after that, something you have touched somewhere. Okay, because of that you got COVID. Okay, now people are there, okay, who are actually trying to like you are going to get infected. Okay, and it is not 100% guaranteed that you might survive or you might not survive. The same thing, that attack happens, your company might survive or your company might not survive. Okay, but it won't be like the same as is like yesterday. Once after the attack happens, the company will lose its reputation, money, or some other thing. Same way, you might like your health, like you might be losing your you know like your immunity to certain extent. Okay, yeah, it might take a year, or it might take 6 months, or it might you might get recovered within 10 days itself, but you are going to lose something. Okay, so what is the thing is required now? Okay, if you are not got infected, let us make our systems more immune by taking the vaccines. Okay, so we have used some I mean, like the things like in our offices also. Example, like wearing a mask for you is kind of like firewall I have. Okay, is it going to stop the attackers? Yes, to certain extent. But if I have something like, even though if some virus enters into my body, someone is monitoring inside as well. That is a kind of like, if someone, like, even I use a mask, but virus enters into my body, but someone is monitoring. That is like, you know like vaccine is there in your body, and it starts, as soon as it identifies it, it stops spreading that virus. The vaccine's main role is to stop it. Okay, so the same way, security operations center, even though you have our cyber security analyst main task, our security operations center analyst main task is whether it is gonna come or it's already inside. Okay, I am well prepared with everything, whatever. If something comes into my organization, something very bad, okay, I am going to stop it. For that, I'll be keep monitoring. How you're going to do that? If you take it as a virus, all the time something coming in, okay, the genome signature is there. Like, okay, when something comes, if this pattern is there, we have seen that COVID virus, this COVID virus, how it looks and all. Some patterns you are actually told attacker will be like having this kind of things, these kind of things. Okay, it will be having some tentacles. Means like our layman way. I'm just telling. I'm not any medical expert or anything. I'm just giving. Okay, when these things gets, if I see it, okay, definitely my antibody. I mean, like my antibodies which are there, the, they against this COVID, the vaccine, I mean, like which are injected through this COVID vaccines, they will go and see this pattern, and they will immediately stop attacking those cells, and they will kill them, making your body immune to it. Same way, we will also will be creating some kind of some rules and some rules which are very easy to create. don't think it is something very difficult in even in security. uh, like you are going to create by end of the course such kind of rules that if you find something, okay, you are going to take certain procedures that, oh, this is nothing but something kind of, attack, you know and I'm going to stop it. Okay, that's all we do. We are not going to do anything. If you have this much, the willingness, okay, I want to learn these kind of thing, yeah, this is the right thing for you. Okay, and as I'm telling, nothing else beyond this. It's like applicable for anything, like if you are in a small organization or a very big organization, or it might be, a mid-tier organization. Okay, I am currently working in a financial institute. Okay, it's the number one financial institute in US. Okay, I am seeing with my naked eyes what kind of attacks are there coming every day, because people try to abuse the systems in a way that, okay, somehow they want to get into the system, they want to, okay, try to the damage the reputation or financial or the the services to be stopped, or these kind of things they will be trying to do. Our main job is to stop it at or defend our organization. Forget about the stopping and all, at least identifying or defending that kind of attacks. Okay, so with this note, I just want to tell you guys, like, I would like to hear what kind of expectations you guys have. Okay, so now let's discuss about the course curriculum. That's fantastic. Someone asked a nice question. Let's proceed with that. Okay, so guys, for everyone, even for you or for me, we don't know anything as of now. That's the open mind we should be having. Okay, so first let's start with the baby steps. Okay, in the sense, what's first the computer is all about. Okay, what is this memory, what is this processor, that kind of things I'll be explaining for some time, and then after that we'll get into this real this course content. Okay, in that, first what you'll be doing is we'll be learning about like how the computers will communicate. That is one computer to another computer, how the communication happens. We'll invest some time in that. Once after we get to know about that, okay, someone is sitting somewhere and we have our office infrastructure, our home infrastructure somewhere here. Okay, and when I send google.com or something request from here or from my office, how I'm getting it. Okay, if I'm a company, someone is asking like amazon.com, I'm a amazon.com. If someone is sending amazon.com, okay, then it is coming to me as a company, the request, and how I'm processing it. Those things we are going to learn at the beginning, because without that, okay, because everything, it's all business only, right? End of the day, okay, wherever you go for any job, definitely that's a business. Okay, without understanding the underlying, the main use case, how it functions, it's very hard for us to, you know um, like you can say that you are a security. First we'll learn them. Okay, there are some these things might look something weird for you as of now, but nothing to worry. Okay, all these things are covered to extensively, and for your knowledge, if I am covering like half an hour means, for you to understand it, 1 hour of topic is already there in the YouTube. I have kept it aside for you to understand more, but that doesn't mean that no one is stopping you to asking the doubts over here. Definitely you can ask your doubts any point of time. Okay, so we are going to first understand what is happening, or the communication in between multiple computer, how it happens, and how they identify each other. So those like two computers, if they are communicating, are the two systems, they are like one in within two same office, or like somewhere in some other company and at your home, how they are able to, because you're just entering www.google.com and you're clicking it. Somehow if internet is there, then only you're able to see the web page. If no internet, no web page, correct, right? Then only you are able to see how it is possible. Okay, because they are identified as, the machines are identified. Oh, this request come from Mr. Raghav, this request has come from Nandini, this request has come from Srikant. Okay, so I have to respond to him. So that kind of we have the naming convention, what they have. Okay, those things we are going to learn. Okay, and like in an office, if you say like I say like okay, love is there. Love is like actually logged in from USA. Okay, so now I say like there is multiple people are from from the states. That's what I'm telling you now. Okay, that means I grouped like set of people of some country, okay, as like people from USA. So that kind of uh, groupings will be there in an organization. Okay, that is called as different types or classes of IP address. So those things are also we are going to learn. Okay, and also like some part like how the communication, when we are going to use some protocols will be there. Like when I say when I'm using web browser, it uses some rules and regulations and gets the web page. When I am using my voice data is going to you now, and you're able to listen to my voice data, so it is also using some protocol. So what is that protocol? Okay, and there is some kind of you will send some file to me. Okay, that time what protocol I'll be downloading that file. Okay, so what protocol it will be used. So those kind of protocols related thing we are going to learn. Looking at these names, don't get confused or don't get scared. Okay, nothing to worry. All these are very simple, because you might be knowing earlier, the fancy, like 40 years, 50 years before, the when the internet started to getting evolved. Okay, so they have like given these names. Okay, but every protocol, this UDP means user datagram protocol. ICMP means internet control message protocol. Okay, so these protocols have very one single liner of use case only. Nothing to worry. Those things you will learn step by step. By next 2 weeks you will be familiar with all these protocols also. You need not to worry about them. Then after that we learn the protocols. Okay, we'll be learning some sort of attacks, services. Okay, services in the sense like you are logging into my machine, in your office. Okay, you are actually connecting to the Wi-Fi. Okay, that is also service. Okay, you are using the web access. That is also on service. Okay, you are using what I can say, uh, web, like my domain name is here, how it is working. I'm not talking how the data is coming, but how my browser is going to understand that, okay, this particular elearn infosec is there, that in some location. Okay, and then like how I can reach that location. Okay, that underlying protocol will be. These things are very early for you guys, but I'm just telling you. So like services means like I am talking to you. That is called as what? Voice over service. Okay, I'm browsing, that is web browsing service. Okay, um, I'm able to access to the internet here, that is internet service. These are nothing but using some protocols we are going to get these services. How they are working, that thing also we are going to learn. Means like protocol used for some services, whatever, first we'll understand the protocols and then we'll understand the services also. Okay, so like domain name service, DHCP service means like getting the IP address to your machine, yeah, either at your home or office, how it happens. HTTP service, how your web browser is getting the data. All those things will be, and then we are going to get into, like, once you got like basic understanding on um, networking and some protocol knowledge, you are uh, very good at now a foundation level to certain extent, that now slowly you can start baby steps into the cyber security. In this cyber security, I'll be explaining theoretically some concepts for you. No need to have any practical experience here, because we are not any red team guys, we are blue team guys. Yes, I have created some videos separately for the people who are having interest in this particular area, um, where they want to even learn those attacking related things. I will refer you those videos. Okay, so the attacks, cyber attacks related things will be learning, and then this is for understanding what kind of attacks they might do. Okay, just for that reason. And then once after you know the attacks, okay, then we'll be like, okay, in our offices, okay, there are so many attacks we'll be learning in our offices, mainly what kind of things which will be happening, those things also we are going to learn. And one more thing I would like to tell you guys, I have created these as sections, but we are not like starting this concept, not like this concept. No, wrapping up multiple concepts in one single as a use case, we'll be discussing in that way. Okay. When I say like some topic, in the sense, it will be kind of story. In the story, then we'll say, oh, this thing is called as DNS. This thing is called as HTTP. Okay, this thing is called as DHCP. That way we are going to explain. Okay, don't think that this topic hasn't covered, this topic has, yeah, that we will do it once after everything gets finished of that particular module. Okay, now then after that, some like the major attacks related thing, we will see, like majorly, like companies will get affected with and one more thing, I'll be making sure you are able to understand like what is different kinds of logs, what kind of logs we'll be using. See, company means, if you see any company, you might have heard about, like they will be using Windows server, they'll be using Linux server, they might be using some firewall, they might be using proxy, they might be using some the antivirus. Okay, every system has got its own job to do. Okay, but there is one small line I would like to mention over here, that is, if everything is happening over there, as a matter of fact, like every action that is performed, okay, on that particular server, on that particular machine, even in my machine as also, now as of now, whatever I'm doing is getting recorded as an event. Means this guy has actually now launched Zoom, this guy has actually launched the network settings. See, if I say properties, that is like I have opened the network settings. Okay, so every action I'm doing is getting recorded as an event. Example, when you go to the office, okay, forget about it, whether it is an IT or non-IT, what you do, you swipe in, correct, right, in the morning. Okay, it gets recorded in their system that it is an event that so and so person has entered into the organization. But for what purpose it is? Okay, it is for you to allow to enter into that organization, or into a store, or into a specific workplace where you work. Okay, the main purpose is whether to allow you or not, but that is getting recorded where, in a system. Okay, if someone does investigation, okay, hey boss, what time you have come to the office? You said I have come at 10 o'clock. Oh, is it so? Let me go and see in the system. Okay, then they will go and see it. Oh, you said you have come at 10 a.m. but my record shows you have come at 10:30. Okay, so recording means like the event, whatever it happened. Okay, just it creates a line of information that Mr. Raghav has entered into the office at this particular gate at this particular time. These are very important for us as a cyber security analyst. With this information only, we are going to identify the person who is entered in is an attacker or non-attacker. This thing we are going to put a lot of focus. We are going to learn how a firewall is going to record such kind of things, how a Windows system is going to record such kind of things, how Linux machine is going to record such kind of example is, okay, I would like to say, if I enter Amazon.com from my machine, if I click enter, I will write it and give it to you 100% that when my request went to the Amazon, okay, it created a line of, the entries. One, when it entered into their organization, in their firewall, my activity means so and so person, so and so person from so and so location, somewhere from India has actually entered into them. That is got recorded. And the request where it will go from in the office, from firewall, then it will get into the web server where this web page is present. And in that particular web page, okay, we will be pulling and showing it, right? The web page, the request, our request will go to that web server. Web server, before it serves that request, it will understand it. Oh, you want Amazon.com. Okay, I'm providing you that web page to you. Now you can show it on your, the browser. So as soon as it serves my request and sends the web page, immediately it records an event there that sometime before Mr. Raghav has come with has come from so and so IP address or location. Okay, and he asked me to provide Amazon.com web page. Okay, I have provided him successfully. That kind of record one line will be there. That is useful for us as a security analyst, and that is the only core concept, core part for us. Nothing else is required. We are going to understand, okay, the functionality of what a web server does, what a firewall does, what a antivirus software does. All these things we are going to learn, okay, but we are not going to use them. But what we'll do, we are going to use the logs those machines have created. Okay, those machines creates, like, I have done this task now. Okay, I'm going to record it. I have done, like, I'm allowed some person to enter into our office. That's what firewall does. Okay, so I'll be recording it. So those records is important. These are all called as events. Okay, we are more focused on events. Okay, so to be frank, what kind of logs predominantly will be focusing is, will be focusing on Windows logs, means like Windows system. Okay, nothing to worry. I will make you understand everything in a simplest way. Okay, Linux logs. Okay, then firewall logs, web server logs. Okay, IDS logs, means like, I'll explain you what is IDS, intruder detection system. When some threat is there, then to identify it. It's kind of like, security system like antivirus itself, but it works in a different way. Then antivirus, like these are like normal antiviruses, like, you're not an antivirus, you're, the semantic antivirus, semantic antivirus. You have Kaspersky, you have, Sophos, you have McAfee. So many things are there, right? Those softwares itself. Like, hey boss, I have identified one, like, I identified a malware on this system. Okay, then just record it as an event. Got it, right? Okay, and we are going to, SOC team is going to pull that lines continuously, that see anywhere that malware is actually happened or not. No need to for you to understand how to install antivirus, how it works inside in a programmatic way. Nothing is required. The log says, okay, that on this particular machine at this particular amount of time, there is some malware attack happened. Okay, so we are going to use those logs, and immediately we'll follow certain steps and procedures, and we'll take care of like defending that machine not to get impacted, or stop spreading the impact of that particular incident. Okay, so that is the thing, antivirus logs. Okay, and Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft. Okay, web servers is also there. This comes here itself. Okay, okay, here itself it will come. Okay, Office 360, like complete Microsoft related entire whatever it happens in the offices, right? Okay, someone has actually received a mail. Someone has actually launched some Excel and updated it to some OneDrive. OneDrive means some software where entire files in an office, which is um, like this is office, like your access or Excel or OneNote or Outlook or PowerPoint. These things you can store it in some location that is called as OneDrive. Okay, in the office premises itself, and these are all managed by a single software that is called as Office 360. Those logs are also we are going to monitor. Okay, so these are like few I am just naming it. Okay, but to be frank, will be these things itself for more than sufficient for our training stuff, because once if you learn Windows and Linux, you can like any variants of any other all the variants of Windows machines, all the variants of the Linux machines, you can easily understand. When I say web server, whether it can be there are multiple web servers are there, like Apache, IIS, don't get confused. Okay, Nginx, all these comes under like web servers. Okay, all these variants you can easily you can understand. IDS, same thing. Antivirus, once if you understand one antivirus, like I know, I will be using semantic. So it's easy for you to easily understand how McAfee logs also looks. McAfee or Sophos, because the functionality of it is the same. Okay, so once if you know like how one software works, it's not very big deal that another software also from different vendor how it works. Okay, same thing only it will be doing. So logs also looks the same almost, just maybe the it might have explained the one log what it generates. It's Mr. Raghav has logged in from this machine. Okay, and actually try to open this particular file. Okay, instead of that, Mr. Raghav has logged in from this machine. From this machine, Mr. Raghav has logged in and did and launched this particular file. That kind of like here and there tweakings will be there, nothing much. Okay, so this is about like what kind of logs you're going to. I don't want to get too much into deeper into what and all we are going to logs you are going to learn as of now. So, but you are going to learn a lot of logs related things. Okay, so these attacks I'll be covering like during whatever I'm covering here itself, right? That time only I'm covering all these attacks as well. And this web application related things, before to this only we will be covering web application related things. And because that helps us to understand more about the attacks related things very you know properly, like what is how the web applications works. So now the attacks you can easily understand. So I just curated in a way that okay, that all these topics will cover, but first we'll understand the basics first, and then we will be understanding the other parts later. So as a whole, once after doing that, we'll be doing all the real-time stuff. Okay, real-time stuff in the sense like I'll be giving you set of logs to you guys, which are like the real-time attack logs. Okay, means some like some security researchers have actually collaboratively collected the logs from pretending to be some people as attackers and some people are defending. Okay, like firewalls they have kept, they created a simulated environment of an organization, and they did some attacks, and they captured, and in that organization they have like firewall is there, IDS is there, the antivirus is there, Microsoft servers are there, Linux servers are, everything is there. A copy of those logs they have captured it, and they have shared it across in the internet. Those logs we are using for our training purpose, because you are going to learn what is good, how in an organization how a good traffic looks, so that you will be knowing that what is the bad traffic. First we'll be learning good, what is good, and then we'll be learning how a bad things looks. So in that particular logs, good logs are also there, means attacker logs are also there, so that it will be very useful for your training purpose. Okay, real-time training purpose. Okay, so with that we'll be going to wrapping up the course. Okay, the real-time project will be containing, like so many dashboards, like so many, some attackers comes, what are the like defending things you have created in your organization that identifies those attacks. So those things, by that time, since you know that, okay, how you'll do that means like you might, by that time, uh, yeah, by the time when you start learning, you'll start with network basics. Okay, then once if you understand the network basics, then I'll be explaining you security basics. Okay, what is this encryption people are telling? First, what of all this security? What is meant by this encryption? Sometimes my browser doesn't allow me to access some websites telling that it is not secure. What is the reason? Okay, so those kind of things we are going to learn in the security basics. Okay, like cryptography is what is meant by encryption, what is meant by hashing, all those things we are going to learn in that particular time. So then after that, attacks. In the network basics, not only like protocols but also web related stuff, how it works and everything will be covered, so nothing to worry. So after that only we are going to cover the security. Then after that, attacks, how a web server get attacked, how a network gets attacked, all those things we are going to learn. Then after that, okay, then I'll be giving you the cyber security analyst role introduction. Now you have all the weapons required, apparatus required for to defend. So now how, what and all you can do, I will explain that. Okay, then after that, okay, now we'll use tools, okay, to defend. Okay, oh, sorry. Tools means here sim, that is not sim, I can say it is a as I know, you are an analyst now. Okay, you are working some on logs, that is meant by data. So with this particular logs, the analytical software, that is Splunk software, how you can identify the threats in your organization, you are going to learn. And I would like to say there is a bridge in between these two, that is called as logs. I don't put it as a category that doesn't belong here, this below one, it doesn't belong here. Okay, because you are going to know these logs only when you have this knowledge, and without the logs you are not going to do anything over here. So this is very, very important thing. Okay, that is the first thing you have to remember. Okay, so once if you understand the logs, these here, like as I said, all these logs you are going to learn at this particular phase. Okay, at this particular phase. Now these two tools in the sense only Splunk we are going to discuss. Okay, and I'll be showing you some other tools like within the Splunk, um, some tools how you can install all those things. I'll explain easy way. Okay, then after that, okay, learning the tool and then implementing the, okay, like some solutions in the tool, like today morning, okay, all of a sudden, usually my web server will be having 100 users will come, okay, for serving. But today morning, I have observed 120 users have come. 20% increase within last 5 minutes example. Okay. That could be a reason of an attack. Who knows? Or like, that your employees will be working right from morning 9 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock. Okay. Anything false, someone is logging into their systems after 5 o'clock. It's very rare situation, and something it is an anomaly of some suspicious activity. So I'll be looking at the logs of my Windows machines or my machines, that if any someone has actually entered into the office at 10 o'clock and they try to 10 p.m. and they try to log into the system. Immediately, I would like to catch such kind of events. Okay, so for that, how you are going to write the, like, the queries. This is some kind of, um, uh, what I can say, some kind of uh, utility for identifying such kind of attack activity in the logs. Okay, so how you are going to identify that? Those kind of things also we are going to discuss. Okay, so then after you implement it, then what you are going to do? You are going to prepare for, prepare for your job. Okay, why I'm not saying here in interview, I'm telling about the preparing for the job, because I would like to tell you one thing. When you are finishing the network basics, interview questions will be completed before we go to the next step. That I will make sure. By the time you finish the last topic, you are already ready for getting into the job. Okay, means like you are ready, but you are just preparing yourself, like more understanding. Like once after you might crack some interview, okay, so they might ask this kind of solution in the organization where I go. They might ask to implement me this kind of solution. So those kind of thought process only you should be thinking, not like what questions they might ask. Will they ask me this question? Will they ask me what is the difference in between TCP and UDP? Will they ask me any question on, what is meant by, encryption? Will they ask me about how the Google works? No, 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 no. All those things you should finish. Today I have finished one topic, means interview questions related to that topic has to be finished. Means today, tomorrow, if I finish some topic, means interview questions related to that particular topic should be finished by that week itself. No more dragging. Okay, so that every one of you will be in a confident that, okay, even though I missed some concept not understood, I have a week of time where I'll be, you know like, recapping them. And if I have any doubts, I'll be reaching back to my trainer in the weekdays. If it is some 10-15 minutes of time it takes, I'll get it clarified before I come to the next class itself. All the interview questions which my trainer has shared, I am well versed with them, and I'm confident if someone comes up with some interview planned for any network engineer, I'm ready to face them as well. That way you should be prepared, and that way I'll be preparing you guys. Got it? Okay, so the interview questions will be there at each and every phase you are going to prepare. Role my main motto is not to make you guys to crack the interview. The day when you get into any office, you should not fear about how you perform the job. Like, oh, I have just cracked the interview, these are all real time things, right? How I have to survive now? No, 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 that is not our thing. By the time you finish the course, you are well versed with hands on also. You should thinking, these guys have got these solutions, what best I can provide to these guys. That is the sort of mindset you should be having, as if like you had some experience at your back and you are just came over to some other, the organization, to make their company more safer. That should be your main motto. Okay, and I would like to tell you one more thing. Okay, there are, like some, I can say that uh, uh, some roles in cyber security also. Administrator roles will be there, and the analyst role will be there. Administrators are, the people who installs the software and helps us to, like to analyze the logs in a better way. Okay, and unless we are actually the guys who are having the security knowledge, and who are going to, find the real, are we are the people who are defending the organization. Okay, but administrators are helping. But if someone tells, like, I'm learning Splunk, means no, you are not learning administrator way. Because whatever you're going to learn, the next company where you go, you might find some other tool. Say for example, instead of Splunk, you might be encountering, the QRadar, or you might be encountering, what it is, ArcSight, or you might be encountering McAfee or Logarithm or Norton, whichever the SIM tool they provide. Okay, you are least bothered about those tools at all now, because you are well versed with the logs. Irrespective of the tools you give, you will tell your boss, I don't have any issue. Okay, just give me the KT of the tool, that's it, for 1 week. Your boss will be very much confident in you that, okay, I will provide you the tool, knowledge. Then now I will write it and give it to you. You are 100% better than, I mean, like you might be 100% better than the people who are already working there. Because the kind of, the approach you, what you follow, with the basics right, and then understand the logs right. Okay, it is like you might have not come across anywhere, how to understand those logs compared to others who have already working also. Okay, that way we are going to learn it. So nothing to worry about your, after interview preparation, I should be thinking about, after like finishing my course, I should be thinking about the placements or no, nothing. Okay, you are getting prepared from the day one itself. Okay, by the time when you finish the course, you are thinking about the upcoming job role and how you are going to improve that organization. That's it. No more interview related discussions with us. Okay. Okay, so this is the part of, like the curriculum and what you're going to learn, and all the real-time logs which you use, and you create some, you implement solutions like dashboards, alerts, reports, how you're going to do. Like this entire last week, these are the attacks that happened in our organization. This is how our server firewall has performed. Okay, this is how our, you know, the traffic patterns for there for the entire week on our web server. Okay, attack patterns of the traffic in our web server. So those kind of reports how you're going to provide. Okay, so those things how you can create, all those things you are going to learn them here. Okay, so for everything basis, the logs, which is very 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 important to understand the logs. Basics is important. Once if you finish this the hard part, it is not the hard part, it is the cakewalk then. Got it right? This is a cakewalk. So put your more efforts here. Okay, then it will be a cakewalk here. Okay, and one more thing, guys, important thing. Okay, um, whether you are looking for, the roles, whether it is in US or in India. Okay, or in Middle East, some people have joined, right? So from whichever the location you are from. Okay, the roles and responsibilities of SOC engineer is the same, but there might be a change in the timings or the shifts. Okay, if you are working in US, majority of you guys will get an opportunity to, the if you are in US location itself, you have an opportunity to work in the daytime itself. But whereas in, for the people who are in India, mostly they will start their activities after 12 o'clock, in India time, till 7 or 8 o'clock, or something, in India time. Okay, because prior to that, it will be like, uh, 24 hours of security related, majority of the part will be like Singapore and other locations they'll be taking care. Okay, so this kind of timings means, like from my experience, most of the times I had this slot. Okay, so that is the thing. And mm, it is not stick to, once if you learn, you're not only a SOC engineer, but you are a cyber security analyst role, where any team in the organization, if they want you to hire as a security advisor, they will be hiring that. Those are also a lot of times which I have observed. So let me show the uh, cyber. Okay, SOC analyst. So, okay, let's go to the Google Jobs, which consolidates us and gives us everything. Okay, so nothing to worry, right from freshers to the experienced people. The companies are wide range, like Capgemini, PwC, IBM. Okay, everyone needs security as part of their integral part of their organization. Okay, so without security, even they don't survive. Okay, I will tell one more thing. Even this, these kind of situations, they need more security engineers to help them to secure, because a lot of bad actors are now ran out of the, the business, and they want some money. So the active business is happening only on the internet, right? So these bad actors, they turn towards the online the businesses, and they will start abusing them. Maybe another 1 year the situation, it'll be like this, I guess. Okay, so where people are not at 100% coming out, right? So more activity on the internet itself, so the opportunities will be there all the time. But now a lot of requirements are there for security. If you know the stuff that we are going to discuss, right, to certain extent also they are ready to take you. That kind of requirements are there. Okay, so these are like, some companies which are taking the I mean, like, these many companies are there. Just I would like to give you some heads up. And if you see the roles, like as I said, like IDC, Active Directory, antivirus, and some kind of tools like Windows and Linux logs related. See, majority of the things is like the events from various sources, like intrusion detection system, firewall logs, system logs. All these things you are going to learn if you take any job here. Okay, if you take any job here, the primary role for any candidate is to look into the logs. Any take anything. Okay, the logs. Okay, oh sorry. Okay, I don't think here. Okay, just give me a second. So on these particular devices, as an engineer, how you're going to provide solutions for them, that only they are going to ask you. They are not going to ask you, will you develop me a program, or this kind of thing. No, in this particular role, no programming related questions. Maybe provide me some kind of, pseudo thing, how you can solve this puzzle, or how you can, means if it is a company like, a prod based company, they might ask, but apart from that, nothing. Okay, so even every company, right from Microsoft to everyone, requires a SOC analyst, security analyst. So nothing to worry. Okay, so, and I can assure you that if you are getting trained from me, um, you are in the right hands. Nothing to worry about that as well. Okay, so with all this, let's take a break, uh, and before to that, I'm ready to accept any questions from your side.